Hello, I'm Cole Sprouse, and I'm going undercover on the internet. And this is actually me. Pornhub.com. Twitter! Cole Sprouse, how do you feel about basically being killed off of Friends? Critics would agree that Ross was never really the most present father, and so it doesn't surprise me too much. Next. Cole Sprouse, why do you have bread in your pocket? I answered this, okay? Why don't you have bread in your pocket? Betty Cooper, do you think in the next part of the season we will see Betty and Jughead as the investigative duo again? Yes. In the second half of the season, you will definitely see them start to get much more investigative. And will Betty meet Gladys at some point? That is something we're currently exploring right now. Debbie Cake at PSN asks, what's your opinion on pineapple on pizza? I like it. The sweetness, the saltiness. I don't know why people hate on it so much. Just relax. Don't yuck other people's yums. Enjoy yourself. There are bigger fish to fry, like anchovies on pizza. It's disgusting. Reddit. It's actually me. What's going on here? This is the happiest Jughead has ever looked, even if it's FP. It's called love, baby. That's what's going on there. Two shirtless men running through the hall. It's called romance. Google it. And that is officially on the net. What exactly makes Cole Sprouse so attractive to so many people? He just looks slightly above average, and I know people in my high school that look like him that don't get any action or attention. No offense to him at all, I'm just very curious. I already have an identical twin, so let's not compare me anymore, okay? Especially to more high school students. I know I'm playing 16 and I'm 26, but I can't do it anymore. All right, I'm done. Action or attention, that sounds like a them problem and not a me problem. What makes Cole Sprouse so attractive? It's the wit, it's the charm. It's this light pink shirt. Yahoo Answers. Dylan and Cole Sprouse. Differences and similarities. What are 4 similarities and 4 differences between Dylan and Cole Sprouse? Well, first off, we like to be referred to as Cole and Dylan Sprouse, not the other way around. That's a similarity we both share. The other similarity is our voice. It's incredibly similar. It's probably the most identical part about us, except for our nipple size, which is also exactly the same. I am much more muscular than my brother, and my jawline is much more strapping, which we all agree on. That should be enough. Submitted. Quora. Is that how it's pronounced? In your opinion, is Cole Sprouse a good person? Absolutely not. What should I take into consideration when writing a biography about Cole Sprouse? Perhaps every injury that I've ever received as a child, which no doubt scarred me for the rest of my life, was in part thanks to my brother, like the concussions, the falling off my roof when I was 9 years old. Hey, thanks, Dill. Appreciate it. In Riverdale, Archie said there were 3 musketeers, and Betty corrected him by saying there were 4. She said there were 4, meaning pre-Veronica. That means Archie, Betty, Jughead, and someone else. Who is the 4th person? Is it Polly? The 4th person was Dylan Sprouse. The other 4th person was probably Vegas the dog. Or maybe it's just a plot hole. Submit. Wikipedia. It's actually me. In 2001, Cole began appearing in episodes of NBC's television sitcom Friends as Ross Geller's son, Ben. This role was his first role in which he did not appear with his brother. Honestly, our appearance as the same character was sort of dependent on how much screen time we had. In Friends, for example, my role was not too present. They only really needed to hire one twin because both of us were incredibly expensive. Sprouse is a fan of comics and worked at the Los Angeles comic store Meltdown. That's true. In the year between The Sweet Life on Deck and my foray into higher education, my brother and I both worked as interns at Meltdown, where I started doing some photography, and I also worked behind the counter selling comics for a bit. Rest in peace, Meltdown. Among his undergraduate work, he unearthed a mask of Dionysus on a dig in Bulgaria. Yeah, I did. I was an archaeological student in university. I specialized in something called predictive models for archaeological sites. So I would plot on this is going to get techie, so get ready for this. I would plot on a 3D landscape that were previously discovered, and I pulled criteria underwater, view shed, it would then be used in fuel inquiry into surveys. For 5 weeks with a toothpick and maybe a spoon, I eventually unearthed something, and it happened to be a mask, which is simultaneously exciting and terrifying if you've seen Jim Carrey's movie, The Mask. Post it. Sprouse will star in 5 Feet Apart, a romantic drama set to be released in March 2019. He plays a cystic fibrosis patient who falls in love with a girl played by Haley Lou Richardson with the same disease. Yes, that is true. Thank you, Wikipedia. And for all of you watching who are using Wikipedia consistently for all of your projects, even though you know you shouldn't, donate $3. YouTube. What's the model of his camera? I really want to know. Somebody tell me, please. In that shot, that is a Canon AE1. That's kind of the bread and butter student camera for 35mm. It's film. You can get a pretty cheap Canon AE1 body and a lens if you go to your local camera store or online, or I'll sell you mine depending on the price. Submit.
And there was some fruit in the trees. And I said, Kendall, please, could you reach for a fruit?
Is Cole Sprouse secretly an ASMR artist or something? ASMR, that's the one where people go really close to the mic and chew. I don't think I hate a subculture of the internet more than people getting really close to the microphone and eating. Why would you do that? Some people love it. They love it. And they make more money than me. And that's the most upsetting part. More Twitter. Why did you delete your Tumblr? It was my whole life. I lived for it. Well, Tumblr recently stopped allowing us to post nudity, so then I decided it would be best if I stopped. How do you feel when teenage fan fiction writers invaded the Riverdale scriptwriter room? Well, that happened episode 1, season 1, so I was primed for that sort of discourse from the very beginning. Posted. Jack Warren asks, did anyone ever meet Dylan and Cole Sprouse for the Danimal contest? Or was it all a lie? No, it did happen. And it was incredibly awkward. We were told we were gonna have a nice gift to give to the kid who just turned 16 and got himself a truck. But Danimals gave us a skateboard, which was weird because he already had a means of locomotion that was much better than skateboarding around. He had just gone hunting. I'm pretty sure there was a dead deer in the back of the truck. That was a strange period of my life. Hannah, also known as @ChunkBueller, has asked, do you ever think Dylan and Cole do the twin handshake from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, just for old time's sake? Yes, when you pay us. Instagram. Camera duels. Is this account still in use, Cole? Like, do you still find people taking pics of you? Yeah, all the time. I started that account as an attempt to weaponize my own annoyance with that thing that people do. The account became successful and was so therapeutic that I didn't really need to do it anymore. It used to really annoy me, and then I got past it, and now I'm a better person. Thank you guys for watching. That was actually me. Actually Dylan Sprouse. Undercover on the internet. It's actually me. It's actually me. It's actually me. Actually me. It's actually me. Bada bing, bada boom.